Now, women continue to make strides in the business world. Reneiloe Semenya is thriving in a male-dominated logistics industry. She has created opportunities for other women in the field by providing training and employment. Reneiloe Semenya of Maysene Logistics joins us now to tell us more about her challenges and the strides that she's made in a very, very male-dominated sector. Good morning to you. Thank you very much for joining us here on the South African Morning. Let's talk about your start in this journey in the logistics industry. How did you start and where did you find your passion?
Thank you very much, Abigail. We started in 2020 as logistic business. We mainly in mining and manufacturing industry. We supplying or transporting dry bulk across provinces, and we are excited that we are here.
So I find it very interesting that you support and hire women to drive these huge tankers, something that usually we see men do. Just talk to us about the challenges in incorporating and encouraging women to step into this industry.
First and foremost, we know that women are dominating in terms of the numbers in the South African context, and it is very important that when we create opportunities in terms of jobs, in terms of skills, in terms of training, we need to consider women, because we understand that by creating opportunities for women, they will be able to multiply in a sense that they'll be able to provide for their families. They will take accountability. But also in the issues around GBV, we understand that when women are sufficient, self-sufficient and sustainable, they are able to get out of tricky situations such as gender-based violence, and it is our quest to ensure that we let women to be in such particular spaces.
And are you finding that the women are perhaps hesitant when you approach them to maybe partake in a job like this, or are they excited and ready to take on the challenge? How do you encourage them?
Women are really excited. What we just need to do is to unlock and allow them to be in spaces. And for those that are working with us at Maysene Logistics, we see a lot of commitment. And in terms of the accidents and incidents, most of the time, women don't have such incidents, and we are very excited.
So let's chat a little bit about how you empower these women through mentorship and education. How does it work in your organization?
So for those women that are coming through in terms of the drivers, we put them through driver training to ensure that they upskill and they are confident enough to be incorporated, because as you can already know, this industry is male dominated. Therefore, we need women to be comfortable. We provide them with that extra support. And of course, men are also being provided with that particular service. The integration, it means that we want to make sure that we retain them and they perform as much as they expected to do, just like any other employee.
Reneiloe, over the last couple of months or so, there's been shocking attacks on truck drivers in different parts of the country, and it's been a huge concern. Investigations are still ongoing. But how do you then protect your drivers and ensure that they are safe on the roads?
I think it is very unfortunate that as a country we are experiencing the attack on the trucks, because the trucks or logistic business, they play a very key role in terms of enabling the economy. And when we're experiencing such incidences, it's not good for not only for our businesses, but also for the economy. But in cases where we get to know about such incidences, we need to first protect the assets and employees. We then park the asset. But also, because we have the intelligence across provinces, we know when those incidents are happening, in particular in the hotspots. That's where we then have to put our trucks in safe places.
And we remember that tanker explosion that took place in Boksburg some time ago. It was devastating and injured so many people. Did that change the way you think about your business, and what sort of changes have you made to ensure the safety of communities on the roads that your trucks are navigating?
I think first and foremost, in terms of road safety, for us is a priority. But also in terms of route planning, we know where the trucks are traveling. We've walked the routes, and we understand that in certain areas there may be some constraints in terms of the bridges. Therefore, we channel where the drivers are taking the particular deliveries, because we need to be to be cognizant of the fact that there are areas where there are low-lying bridges, and I mean, it's a shared road, and we need to ensure that the members of the public safety is also protected as such.
Definitely. Reneiloe, we've chatted about this, and it is a male-dominated industry, but I just love to see a woman at the forefront who's taken control and who's doing amazing things. So congratulations on that. But if perhaps a young lady is watching and this is something that she wants to get into, it's a challenging industry to get into, what would you say to your younger self, and what advice do you have for those young ladies who are interested in logistics?
I think maybe before I talk to issues about the challenges or at least encouraging other women, I would like to point out some of the key challenges that I would like to partner with the industries to start looking into.
Sure.
If you look at maybe the contractual issues, normally companies will award 3-year contract. But now if you then look at in terms of acquisition of the asset, it takes about 5 years at least to be able to service the debt. And I think it needs to be reviewed in some instances to ensure that young and small businesses are able to be sustainable. But also the issue around funding. Funding has always been an issue, and we really would like to see the funders, especially the developmental financial institutions, to be more upfront in terms of packaging funding in such a way that they will be able to enable new businesses, in particular women and black-owned. If you look at currently what is happening, you find that they don't even fund for land. Unfortunately, in this industry or in any other business, when you can't have land acquisition, it means you'll never grow. So we therefore appeal to the financial institutions to really consider unlocking for businesses to start owning land, because without land, there's not much that you can do. But also in terms of having to have access to the market, it is really key that the partnerships that needs to be formulated, they are strengthened to ensure that new businesses, in particular logistics, women get an opportunity to be able to thrive, but also to create more job opportunities.
Reneiloe, we've run out of time. Unfortunately, I would have loved to continue the conversation, but thank you for your time. Thank you for your insights and also sharing a little bit about your journey. That was Reneiloe Semenya of Maysene Logistics, just talking to us about her journey in a male-dominated industry and how she's creating these opportunities for other women.